the following. Number one, the alleged unlawful disbandment of the Provincial Killings Task Team, otherwise known as the PKTT or NPKTT, whichever you may be appropriate to call. Number two, the alleged moratorium on the filling of vacancies within the SAPS, the South African Police Services. Number three, alleged corrupt relationship between senior leadership within the SAPS and members of the public. And lastly, political interference in the work of the SAPS. In extending the invitation to you, the chairperson of the ad hoc committee has indicated that you may provide such information to the committee if you so wish under oath in terms of the powers, privileges, and immunities of Parliament and Provincial Legislatures Act of 2004. General Mkhwanazi, please be informed that by law you are required to answer fully and satisfactorily all the questions lawfully put to you, or to produce any document that you are required to produce in connection with the subject matter of the inquiry, notwithstanding the fact that the answer or the document could incriminate you or expose you to criminal or civil proceedings or even damages. However, you are protected in that evidence given under oath or affirmation before a House or a committee of Parliament may not be used against you in any court or place outside Parliament, except in criminal proceedings concerning a charge of perjury or a charge relating to the evidence or documents required in these proceedings. General Mkhwanazi, please be aware that in terms of Section 17, subsection 2 of the Powers, Privileges, and Immunities of Parliament and Provincial Legislatures Act, a person who willfully furnishes a House or a Committee of Parliament with information or makes a statement before it which is false or misleading commits an offense and is liable for a fine or to imprisonment for a period not exceeding 2 years. You are required to take an oath or affirm that the evidence you are about to give before this committee is truthful. Which one do you elect? Do you elect to take oath or affirmation?
I'll take oath, Chair.
You have elected to take oath. May you please follow me as I dictate. You shall say I and state your names in full. I,
Tibello Constance Mkhwanazi,
say that the evidence I shall give
say that the evidence I shall give
shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And so help me God. Thank you so much. You are now under oath. Before I hand over to the legal team to lead you in the presentation of evidence, let's hear what Honorable Skhosana have to say.
Good morning, Chair. I just wanted to make sure that we have the right witness because the general is not in uniform, so I was a bit confused. But if you affirm that he's General Mkhwanazi, I'm happy. Thank you, Chair.
You are being unfair to General Mkhwanazi. When it mattered most, when we were at Khosi Mampuru Correctional Facility, General Dimpani came there and she was not in uniform.
I said that you forgotten. Thank you.
Did you really say that? Okay.
For the right person, thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. Just want the witness to relax. Thank you, Chair.
Or you don't know her when she's not in uniform?
Yeah. But now I realize it's her.
Okay. today is the day of the women. Yeah. At some point, I'm going to leave this podium and request Honorable Breitenbach to come and preside. It's the day of the women today. Advocate Arendse, how much time do we need so that we know exactly how we structure our business?
I am reliably informed by my colleague that she would take approximately 3 hours, Honorable Chair. So perhaps through to 1 o'clock.
Okay. Okay. Is that what you are saying, Advocate Mkhwanazi?
Chair, just to put the witness at ease and make her feel comfortable so that she can convey her story, 3 hours just for safety, but hopefully we will take sooner than that.
Okay. Yeah, so we are going to run from now until you tell me that we are at the end. But I'm watching with a hawk eye. All the best, Advocate Mkhwanazi.
Thank you.
All the
Chair.
best, General Msikiti.
Okay, just as a matter of housekeeping, Advocate Arendse has already indicated that there are 2 witness statements. Just to clarify, the purpose of the second supplementary statement was just to amplify the role that General Musikidi, or her current position as DNC, is just to elaborate on that. And then also, Chair, there was a mistake in her previous statement where she incorrectly referred to Minister Mkhwanazi as a acting premier in 2018. And in this statement, she just rectifies that mistake as well. General Musikidi, do you have copies of the 2 statements in front of you?
Yes, thank you, Chair. Yes, I do have both statements.
Okay. I will interchangeably refer to both statements as we go along because you do cover some similar topics in the supplementary statement as well. Just as a start, General, we know that you've been in the police services for quite some time, 36 years to be exact. And in your statement, you say that you've been in the police services for an uninterrupted period of 36 years, and you've been in various operational environments at different levels up to command level. Would you just briefly talk us through your experience at SAPS, maybe starting from the bottom to your current position?
Thank you, Chairperson. To be exact, it's 36 and a half, but you don't relate to the half year. So by June of this year, I will complete 37 years full of my service, having joined the South African Police Service as a student constable, rising through the ranks as a police official on the environment of operations, leading up to the level of management, which I think it is the relevant levels that I will want to relate to today. I am currently a Lieutenant General, having appointed to the rank of a Lieutenant General in 2018, the 1st of April of 2018. At the time of my appointment, I was serving in the service as a detective head, the Divisional Commissioner of Detective Service. Prior to me being a Divisional Commissioner of Detective Service, I was the component head, national component head responsible for family violence, child protection, and sexual offenses unit, abbreviated as FCS. Upon my resumption of duty as Divisional Commissioner, for 2 years in that position, I was appointed a Deputy National Head of the Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation, commonly known as the DPCI. In 2022, the 1st of July, I was then appointed to deputize the then National Commissioner General Masemola, who was, prior him being the National Commissioner, was the Deputy National Commissioner Policing. So I was appointed in his previous post as the Deputy National Commissioner responsible for policing. At the time, there was no other operational Deputy National Commissioner, as the then Deputy National Commissioner Crime Detection has just took a pension. Therefore, I was responsible for both operations or visible policing environment, as well as responsible for the detective forensic, as well as CI, which is the post that we now know as Deputy National Commissioner Crime Detection. In simple terms, I was responsible for both visible policing, which is the uniformed policing of the South African Police Service, as well as the detectives, forensics, and crime intelligence. Added to my position, I also had to chair the National Joint Intelligence structure, the position that I am chairing alongside the South African National Defence Force, as well as the State Security Agency. NAT Joint is the JCPS operational arm that looks at coordinating operations and coordinating all state departments. And going forward, I also have the responsibility of chairing the National Crime Combating Forum, which is the forum that coordinates operations within the service. If I can go into what DNC policing entails, Chairperson, my responsibility as the Deputy National Commissioner Policing includes all the visible policing or uniformed policing of the organization, including the border management policing, and all specialized uniform policing such as dog units, mounted policing, to mention the few. Over and above that position, it's me having to also oversee the national operational coordination. This is the component within policing that is coordinating all interventions or operational interventions elsewhere in the country.
And this you deal with in paragraph 6.1 to 6.6 of your main statement, and also paragraph 8 of your supplementary statement. And I just want to maybe, I see there that you indicate that, as you've said, it includes national interventions, which extends to multidisciplinary policing operations on prioritized matters such as task teams and border police. So I'd like General to just briefly speak to your experience in relation to task team interventions and border police interventions, just to briefly indicate what your responsibilities are surrounding those.
Thank you again, Chairperson. As the Deputy National Commissioner responsible for policing, from time to time, there will be identification of pressure points, or there will be the identification of the need for interventions that will require us as the management of the police to step in any other area of policing in the country. Thus, that informs that we need to put together the teams for interventions. That includes sending the teams to, or the example of those, just to be simple, it's the task teams that we are currently having. Operation Vala Umkoti that was working in 7 provinces. The GBVF that is also working in all provinces. Operation Lockdown that is focusing in the Cape Flats. That has been running from Lockdown 1. We are currently standing at Operation Lockdown 3. We have operations such as Operation Bamba in the Eastern Cape, so it will differ from area to area depending on what is the focus area or what the pressure point is in that particular province or area. This includes illegal mining operations. It will include coordinating and managing special and major events. That will also include interventions in a short and in the long term. If you look at my presentation on paragraph 10, what will inform the interventions from policing perspective over and above other departments will be the National Crime Combating Forum that we will also visit or develop plans to visit the provinces, particularly during the upcoming Operation Paseka and Operation Festive Season. So this is part and parcel of coordination that will come as a package for Deputy National Commissioner Policing.
We've also learned that you have been acting as acting national commissioner, and in particular during the time when the minister issued the directive. Could you just maybe indicate or speak more about your experience in acting as national commissioner and how often that happens?
Thank you, Chairperson. Since my appointment as a Deputy National Commissioner to date, I have in different time frames that will be allocated in the absence of the National Commissioner. I have thus far counted 11 occasions or instances that varies from 3 days to 3 weeks in the absence of the National Commissioner. And this started immediately after my appointment as the Deputy National Commissioner in 2022. The last acting was last week when the National Commissioner was out of the country. And this also happened during the 2024-2025, where the National Commissioner was on leave on the 31st of December 2024 until the 14th of January 2024. And I was appointed as the acting National Commissioner. And this did not exonerate me from doing my Deputy National Commissioner policing responsibilities. So at the time that I'm acting, there is no need to appoint another person to act as the DNC. A policing, meaning I will have to undertake both responsibilities at the same time.
Now we understand from what we see in your statement and the annexures that you've attached, I believe it's TCM 14 that indicates the number of times that you've acted,